Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just Christmas Eve, 24th of December, 2021. First of all, I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a safe and happy holidays. And I want to thank you for coming back to the channel. As you know, I'm Mike, and this is my channel, and I'm also associated with my company, HelvetiaBushcraft.ch, and we make some videos over there also. I do a lot of stuff between both of them. And today, as some of you may know, I just came back from a 3-day camp out in the icy cold weather, with lots of snow and stuff, and had a great time. But when you come back from these outings, you know, there's some things you need to think about, and that is getting ready for the next outing. And how do you do that? Well, first thing you need to do is take out all your gear and let it dry out. That's the first thing. Let it dry out, and then go over everything and see how it functioned, how it worked for you. Did you use it? Did you not use it? Why didn't you use it, or why did you use it? And is it really necessary to take on the next outing? Now, above all that, the 10 essentials are always important. So you hang on to those because you never know when you may need those on an outing, okay? But besides that, the other kit, you know, like I said, you clean up your 10 essentials, or you make sure that it's still in good shape. Maybe you use some toilet paper. Maybe you brushed your teeth. You need to replace your toothbrush or your toothpaste. Maybe you've used your soap or something like that, or maybe you've used your first aid kit. Maybe you had a fire or something like that, you burnt yourself in a fire and you had to treat that, or you know, but take all that kit out, go through it, lay it out. Is what I usually do. Yeah, it's all the way out in a mess right here in my office right now, but I'm just still letting it dry a little bit. My sleeping bag, I'm not one to wash my sleeping bag. I'm the only one who uses it. I've had the same one for more than 15 years. It serves me very well. I just pull it out, inside out, take it apart, let it air out. If I have some sun, I let the sun get to it, and I let it do like that. I mean, I leave it out until I need it again, and so I have it ready, and then I reassemble everything. If I find some dirt on it, I'll do some spot cleaning on it. On the inside, you can get some deodorizers if you think you need them. Some of those absorbing pads, well, let me find one here. You have them like these right here. These are actually smell wells, you know, and you can put a couple of these in there. These are actually made for shoes, and they have a great odor. I mean, the odor is like fantastic. I really highly recommend buying these right here. Whatever shoe I've worn, I'll throw these in it when I get at the end of the day. And it's got some of that silicone, it almost feels like a powder inside of it. And just absorb the humidity out of it, but it's really smells great. But I thought you can throw these inside the foot of your sleeping bag if you need to, and you know, leave one in there if you like, you know, and it'll help pull out some of that humidity as if you need to do it. Okay, it was a bit wet, well, a little bit wet on this outing. We did get a little bit wet from condensation, not from inside the tent, but just the air was so wet and humid. So just be aware of that, and you know, clean up your tools like your knife. You know, get that and recondition your leather, just kind of like that. Get it cleaned up. You know, your gloves. You know, I wore my gloves pretty heavy around the fire and for working this kind of stuff. You can recondition these right here if you need to, and clean them up a little bit. You can always do some kind of cleaning. I don't do it too much. These right here are just fine the way they are for me. I like them the way they are, so I usually go with that. But one thing I did find is that my jacket that I wore for one of the days there, until I found out what was wrong with it, it got a hole in it. Yeah, here we go. You got a hole in it. So I have this repairable tape that I got, and I already made a video about it on another jacket. I'm going to just repair it with that, put a circle of this tape on it, and it worked so well the last time, and I'm just going to use that again, and that works really well. It keeps me having to sew something over, something like that. This is a really nice sweater. I really like it a lot. It's a Patagonia. I've had it for a long time, so I'm definitely going to repair it and take care of that. Now, one of the biggest things on you that really takes a beating, besides your undergarments like socks and underwear and t-shirts, this kind of stuff when you're out there, or your gloves and your jacket, or your shoes. And so I wore these right here. These are the Hex Scout boots, hiking boots, okay? And these they were cold. I was a bit cold. I need some proper winter boots myself for such things. But, you know, I wasn't too worried about it. But I had some really good thick merino wool socks, winter ones, and they actually served me very well. But one thing you need to do when you get back, and that is treat these things. And these right here hadn't been treated before. I wore them. I've worn them a couple of times before. I've worn them on lots of hikes, kind of like that. But this is the second real winter hike trip I've been on, and I felt like that. You know what? This leather was getting wet, and it was staying a little bit damp right here. So what I wanted to do is to get back home, dry them out. I threw the little bag inside of it, the smell well bag inside of it, and I've let them dry out. I've cleaned them up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat them. Okay, the product I'm going to use on them is a product that I've had for a long time, and that is Snow Seal. Now I like Snow Seal. It's a little bit sticky when you're using it, but it absorbs into the leather. And how you do it is I usually stick it inside of a little bath of hot water. Really hot water, and then what I do is I go in with my fingers and I pull it. And I've already done one boot. As you see, it's a bit shiny. The leather's a little bit darker now. You know, I'm letting this absorb into a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hair dryer, and which I happen to have a hair dryer at home, and I'm going to blow hot heat on it, so this leather, it really activates this, and it really absorbs faster into the leather, and it melts down any excess that you had. Now, if you have any excess afterwards, you can just wipe that off. But this stuff works really well, and it reconditions the leather. It keeps your leather on your shoes or whatever really well conditioned, so they can support better the weather. Now, if you get some on the nylon right here, that's no big deal. It's gonna when you hit it with the hot. And that is if you don't necessarily have to use a heat source on this. Sorry, you can actually heat it up with your hands when we're melting, put it in, but that's usually enough. But I want to use a hair dryer to heat it up, but it'll melt out. And this is just the outside of the boot. So if it gets a little bit on it, it's no big deal, because the Gore-Tex liner, as you can see, is on the inside. Okay. Something else I do is I also pull out the insole that's in it when I let it dry out, and allow that to dry out too. The insole, I'm using a special insole. I've taken the insoles out of these right here. I found them a little bit thin. I don't know why boot companies tend to slack off when it comes to insoles. Even sadly, Hex does. And I find it a little bit hard, you know, but I have a special insole anyway for shock, just kind of like that. It's a lightweight one that's made for my feet, and I use that anyway for my hiking shoes. I take it in and out of whatever hiking shoe I'm wearing, you know, because they work for free, but they work really well. But anyway, so this is what I do for my boots. So you'll see there's a difference between both of them, okay? I do like the way that looks right there, that suede look, you know, that matte look, but I need to protect that leather, so I'm going to have to go to this extent to do it, okay? And then next time I'm out in the snow with it, it'll better protect it and protect that leather a little better. And because I had this cold, the leather was wet, when I was away from the fire, it would freeze. And I was getting really cold in the toe box here of the boot right here. And so, because this is plastic right here. This is, because it's built in with the sole, you know. So this actually helps that a lot. Okay, so I definitely suggest using a product that's going to help repel that water a lot better. But anyway, this is what I suggest you do. Go at it when you get back. Air out, dry out, clean all your gear, and then you can repack most of it, because you're not going to use it probably until the next time you go out and you have your backpack ready, you know. And like I said, I leave my sleeping bag out, or any of that kind of stuff, jackets, that kind of stuff, I leave that out. And then I can put it right back in for the next camp out, which it may not happen this year. It's probably going to happen in January. I'll probably hit the woods again, whether it be snowy ice or whatever. You know, right now, a lot of the ice is melted away. I'm looking at my window right now. I can see the Alps across the countryside there. Beautiful. And there's a lot of snow up on a higher elevation. I'm at a higher elevation actually here, where we have more snow. A little bit lower elevation, they have absolutely no snow whatsoever, and not nearly the problems that we had to getting fire going. But anyway, listen, I want to thank you for coming to the channel, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Please give me a thumbs up. Please like, share, and support the channel, okay? We really need your support. Get the word out there, and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, your comments, what you think of my videos. And yeah, I want to thank you. Anyway, have a happy Merry Christmas or happy holidays, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.